Okay, let's get started then, shall we? First, we'll open up the iBooks application. Mine's in the upper left-hand corner here. We get iBooks started. You can see I have a fairly large collection of books. At least the first bookshelf is filled. And one of the very first things you'll notice about the new 1.2 version is in the upper left-hand corner here. Before it used to say books and PDF, and now it says collections. And if we tap collections, what we'll see that that now has the books and the PDFs represented just like the old one did, but we see something in addition. We see that we can now add our own collection. So why don't we go ahead and do that? We'll create a new collection. Right? I'm going to tap new, right? And I get to name that collection. I'll have to zoom my screen back out again very quickly so I can do this, and I'll just call this collection Mine, M-I-N-E. And I'm done. And you can see I've now got mine added to that list of collections. I'm going to go ahead and add some books to that collection now. And I'm going to edit. And I'm going to choose some books that I want to add to that collection called Mine. One of the things that you'll see has happened here is that in the upper left-hand corner, after I pressed edit, I see a move button and a delete button. I'm not deleting at this point, I'm really just moving it at this point. I'm going to add my favorite books, and this isn't an ego trip. These books are all my books. They're tips, tricks, and clever techniques, but each of them is from a different vendor. It's on the iBook store, it's on Amazon, it's being sold from my own website. So each of these represents a different version of the book. That's why I have so many. So let's go ahead and add this one, and this one, and we'll move those to the Mine collection. And you see they've now zoomed into Mine, and there's my collection called Mine. You can see I have 3 collections now. Right? I'll zoom back out so you can see how this works to move from one collection to another. You can swipe left or you can swipe right, and you'll move from collection to collection. Now I'm on my books, now I'm on my PDF collection, and now I'm on the Mine collection. You can also move between collections by just tapping the collections button and just tapping on the collection that you'd like to move to. I find it easier just to swipe myself. Collections can contain more than just books. You see I just moved a few books to my collection, but if I wanted to, I could also move PDFs. Right? So let's go back to collections. We'll go to PDFs. And we'll take a look at a few of the PDFs. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to edit. I'm going to say, well, you know what? I think I'd like to also move this PDF right here. Okay, this one in the upper left-hand corner. I'd like to move this Tips, Tricks, and Clever Techniques, which is the PDF version of the book, because it's available in more than one version. It's also available in PDF as well as the EPUB, various EPUB versions. I'm going to go ahead and move that one. I'm going to select that one. I'm going to move that one into Mine. You can see that now drops into the Mine collection, and now what I've got is I've got my original 3 books and a PDF. So your collections can be either books or PDFs, either one. If you'd like to then delete a collection, that's not that hard to do either. You can, of course, delete individual books just by tapping Edit and then by selecting the book or books that you'd like to delete. We're interested, though, in deleting an entire collection. So we'll go back to our collections. Let me just zoom in for you here so you can see this a little bit better. Okay. And I'm going to tap the Edit button. Notice that I get the typical delete prompt that we find on the iPad. And if I tap that and I touch delete, I get this dialog box. It says, do you want to remove the contents of Mine from this device? Yes, I'd like to remove the collections, but I do not want to remove the items that are in that collection. If I tap Don't Remove, all of those items, the 3 books and the PDF, will return to their original place in their original collections. So I'm going to tap Don't Remove. And if we take a look now, we'll see that the 3 books are now back in their original place, and the PDF is now back in its original place as well. There's another feature of the new iBooks 1.2 that you should know about, and I haven't seen anyone talk about this yet, and that is that there is a search feature built in. We're not seeing it on the screen here because it is actually found in the back panel of the bookshelf. Let me show you that one more time. Okay. just pick a blank spot on the back of the bookshelf and just drag the back of the bookshelf down like you're rolling down the shelf. And there you see that search field appears at the top. I'll zoom in just a little bit so you can see that a little better, and there's the search field. This search field works like any other search field on the iPad. You simply tap in the search field, or what we call the spotlight search, and I am going to look for, let's say, all of the items in my entire collection that have the word viral in the title. And you see VIR, and there's all the items that have the word viral in the title. There's 3 of those. They happen to be in my PDF collection. So that search feature can be handy for you to find, if you have a large collection, to find those titles that you might want to find by using a word from the title or even a portion of the word from the title.